Welcome everybody to update number 48. So I know it's only been about a week since I did my last update, but after I did that one, suddenly HMV and even Amazon were having a Criterion sale. And yeah, since there's been a few titles on there that I've seen via other means, I figured I'd finally get my hands on some of them, to especially since they are going for now cheap, much less price. So yeah, the first of those is Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion, directed by Elio Petri, who also did The Working Class Go to Heaven. I was really impressed by that, so I figured I'd finally get my hands on this. So this is one of the few that I haven't seen that I've bought, but since I really enjoyed that Working Class Goes to Heaven film, which was released by Radiance Films, I figured, give one of his earlier efforts a shot. So yeah, this has gone down from £17.99 to £13.99, so a decent drop in price there. There's the disc on the inside, and yeah, this comes with a nice booklet as well, which has casting credits: The Long Arm of the Law by Evan Calder Williams, The Origins of Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion by Hugo Pero, and it's about the transfer as well, which I think has had a 4K transfer. So look, yeah, new 4K digital restoration. 35mm original camera negative for scanning 4K resolution, so should look fantastic. The Working Class Goes to Heaven did look really rather great as well, because Radiance Films did a really good job on it. So yeah, hoping that looks just as good, if not better. And then from Samuel Fuller, we have The Naked Kiss. Now this isn't my favourite Fuller effort, so this is why I've kind of waited until it's gone on sale to get it, but it's still a really good effort, solid 4 out of 5. And yeah, again, like the previous film, this has gone down from £17.99 to £13.99, and yeah, this has an even more impressive inside and booklet, quite frankly. So even nicer printed disc there, and yeah, an even nicer booklet as well. Really rather cartoonish kind of styling going on there. So yeah, really like that. And yeah, again, this has the chapters of the film, casting credits. It's got Featured Fairy Tales by Robert Polito and Want to Be a Lindy by which is a Samuel Fuller on The Naked Kiss himself, and about transfer as well. So yeah, new high definition digital transfer from a 35mm fine grain master positive. So yeah, thousands of instances of dirt, debris, scratches, splices, warps, jitter and flicker were manually removed. So yeah, rather than doing the kind of AI thing that they do with some transfers where they just let the AI do it for them. So yeah, which is fine by me. And then we have Book and the Preacher. So I think this is a relatively new release from Criterion. Yeah, last year. So that's why it's gone down from £22.99 to £16.99. So a little bit more expensive than the other two, but still well worth getting it as an effort, because it's a really rather good film. Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte are excellent in the role, in their roles, and Sidney Poitier also directs, and he does a really rather good job at directing. I think this is his first directorial effort, but not his last. And yeah, nice disc, nice printed, nice background to the case as well. And yeah, and really rather nice booklet as well. Not particularly thick or anything like that, but it's printed on really rather nice paper, really tactile paper. And yeah, again, has Unsettled Land by Aisha Harris. And about the transfer as well, new digital transfer is created in 4K. Scanned the 35mm original camera negative as per usual. So yeah, really nicely done overall, that is. So yeah, really good film. I think the soundtrack is a little bit annoying at the beginning, but for the most part it is a really good film. And finally, in terms of new purchases, we've got the Infernal Affairs trilogy. So yeah, this was £59.99, but it's now £47.99, so good £12 saving there. And yeah, it's a really nice looking box set, quite frankly. So you get all 3 films on 3 separate discs, all printed in differently, which is no doubt because all 3 films are quite different. I've only seen the first film, but I found it to be absolutely excellent. Easily one of my favourite early 2000s films. I think the first one is the film that influenced Martin Scorsese in doing The Departed. I think that's what that is based on. So yeah, you get a write-up on each individual film, and then you get double bind by Justin Chang, and then you got about the restorations themselves. So really rather decently sized booklet, given it's going through 3 films. And yeah, 4K digital restoration again from the original 35mm camera negative. So yeah, we've done an overhaul on all 3 films, which is probably why it's as expensive as it was. So yeah, because it's not got the the thickest of boxes or anything like that. It's a little bit on the flimsy side, as per usual with some of these releases. But yeah, it's still hard enough, I guess, but not as hard box as some films. So yeah, since I have plenty of Criterion films in my collection, I figured I'd give you some recommendations as well, because I've seen most of these films. But yeah, I figured I'd give you some recommendations as well to help you save some money. So yeah, the first of those is Deep Cover. Goes from $17.99 to $12.99. So yeah, pretty cheap on the whole there. And yeah, a really fantastic effort. You've got really good cast with Lawrence Fishburne and Jeff Goldblum, and yeah, really good transfer on it as well. And yeah, overall a really, really good film. I'm not going to go massively in depth with these recommendations, because just the fact that I am recommending it should be enough to really put it on your radar and give the films a look yourself. So yeah, and then we have Le Samurai, going down from $17.99 to $14.99. It's not a big saving there, but since it is an excellent film, even at full price, this is well worth it. And yeah, an excellent film from Jean-Pierre Melville. Probably my favourite from him. Le Cercle Rouge is pretty up there as well, but yeah, absolutely superb film. I think this is the first film I saw from him, and yeah, you get a really nice heavy booklet with this one as well, which is, yeah, all in all, nicely done. So yeah, although whether or not you get the booklet with the cheaper version, or the on sale version, I'm not sure. Then another film from Samuel Fuller, the one I prefer of the 2, and that is Shot Corridor. It's gone down from $17.99 to $13.99. Again, like The Samurai, you get a nice booklet, and like The Naked Kiss, it's really rather nicely done, the booklet itself. Really like that kind of style. And again, you get loads of write-ups, you get the chapters, credits, and about the restoration. So yeah, really nicely done. I also like the colours on the inside as well. Nice bright yellow. I'll pick that up later. And then we have Written on the Wind, going down from $17.99 to $12.99. And yeah, superb cast: Rock Hudson, Lauren Bacall, Robert Stack, and Dorothy Malone. Directed by Douglas Sirk. And yeah, 2K digital restoration on this as well. And again, like the previous 2, you get a nice little extra on the go, which in this case is a poster. I think it's got all the stuff written on the back of it as well. Yeah. So what Criterion do, they will give you something. Sometimes they'll give you a poster like this, but then they do a bunch of the write-up, the credits, and whatever else on the back. So yeah, it's really nicely done. It's a really fantastic looking poster, and a really rather fantastic film as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, get out there and get that one if you can. Hopefully it does come with the poster in the sale version. And then we have 12 Angry Men, going down from $17.99 to $13.99. Superb effort, quite frankly. Yeah, even though it's primarily set in one room, the jury room, it's yeah, really well done. Got a fantastic cast led by, is it Henry Fonda? Yeah, Henry Fonda's in it, but then you've also got the likes of Lee J. Cobb and E.J. Marshall, Jack Warden, Martin Balsam. So yeah, really, really good cast. Really well directed by is it Sidney Lumet? Yeah, Sidney Lumet, who's done many fantastic films as well, like The Offence, and again, comes with a booklet in it as well. So yeah, well worth getting that one. And probably my favourite of these that I am recommending is Kiss Me Deadly, going down from $17.99 to $13.99. Absolutely sensational film noir, directed by Robert Aldrich, and yeah, absolutely superb. Got one of the best endings to a film noir ever. Not just because it's satisfying in some regards, but also because it's a major WTF moment. So yeah, Absolutely superb. Highly recommend that, even at full price, never mind on sale. And then we have the best film that Alfred Hitchcock never made, and that is Charade, which is, yeah, sort of a homage to Hitchcock from the time, but still really, really good effort in its own right. Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn are excellent, and this has gone down from $17.99 to $13.99. Again, nice booklet, nicely done printed disc, all very well done there. And then we have Mildred Pierce, going down from $17.99 to $12.99. Absolutely sensational lead performance from Joan Crawford, directed by Michael Curtis, and yeah, just a genuinely great effort, quite frankly. So yeah, get that, especially if you're into Joan Crawford herself. And then we have, from going down from $25.99 to $19.99, Menace to Society. Absolutely superb 90s gangster kind of, well, gangster, more like hood film, I guess you could say, as the term was back in the day, with the likes of, struggling to remember them now, but yeah, basically the, yeah, Dead Presidents was one, can't remember the rest, but it's got a really nice cover on it as well, as you can see, which is nicely done, and yeah, comes with a booklet in it as well, and then the disc itself. So yeah, fantastic films from the Hughes brothers, I believe it was. Yeah, Albert and Alan Hughes. So yeah, highly recommend that film. And third to last, we have a really rather short film here because it's only 69 minutes long. Detour, $17.99 down to $13.99. Probably the shortest single film I have in my collection, to be honest. Usually shorter films that are around this length are included in a box set with other films or part of a series. But yeah, this is definitely one of the shortest films I have on a single disc. But still, it's no less of a great effort. Easily one of my favourite film noirs. And it does so much in such a short space of time. So yeah, that's gone down from $17.99 to $13.99. Second to last, we have Failsafe, going down from $17.99 to $12.99. Again, directed by Sidney Lumet, who again does a fantastic job. Black and white, really rather quite, you know, downbeat, quite low budget in some regards, but ratchets up the tension expertly. And yeah, again, has a really good cast, but not one that I've seen a million films from. But it does have Henry Fonda in it and Fritz Weaver, who have done good stuff before. And yeah, it's just really, really well done. But the King Daddy, the one that is seemingly always on sale when Criterion has a sale, is the big boy, the biggest one I have from Criterion, and it is the Godzilla, the Showa era films from 1954 to 1975. Was $149.99. Now it's gone down to £134.99, so that's 15 quid off. And it's an amazing film collection, quite frankly. Absolutely stunning artwork. They've done an absolutely superb job with this. Cannot overstate how much I absolutely adore the artwork. It is well worth it just for the artwork. And then it just gets better the more you open it up, like that. Which is absolutely stunning. I wish I could find the posted versions of these. But even just as a book, it is great. So yeah, it goes through, there's write-ups as you'd expect in these kind of releases from Criterion, just on a much bigger scale, because obviously you've got a lot of space to write up in. And then each film has a write-up for itself. Then you've got the cast and the credits, crew and whatever else, and then a bit of artwork going on for each individual film. I think one of my favourites from this, if I'm right in remembering, just in terms of the artwork, not necessarily in terms of the film itself, because quite frankly it's only really the first film and a couple of the sequels that are superior, or as good as. Let me just flick through. Certainly not Son of Godzilla, because we all know that is an absolutely awful film. So is All Monsters Attack, quite frankly. But yeah, I really like this one, Godzilla vs. Gigan. Not the best film in the series by any means, but I really do like that artwork. I like the colour scheme, the lightning and everything that's going on. and I think there was another one. Yeah, Terror of Mechagodzilla, the last of the Ishiro Honda films that he did. Because he went to move to TV after that, but I really like that. I like the whole kind of like, you know, comic book kind of style to it with all the words on it and the like. So yeah, but it is an amazing film release. All of the films that were released back in those days are here. There's the discs. So yeah, they're not all individual films, all on an individual disc, but as in disc 2 has Godzilla Rise Again and King Kong vs. Godzilla. But still, they're all really rather good. I'm not sure if they're all in the Japanese original ones. There's probably one or two here that are only the American release, which is a little bit of a shame. Put a little bit of a dampener on the release itself. But at the end of the day, you're getting, 15 films I think there are there. Also, in really good quality, in a really rather quality package as well. So yeah, I'm not the biggest Criterion fan. I don't have anywhere near as much as some people do. Some people own every single one of them just because it's Criterion. But yeah, I do have plenty more from them, some of which aren't on sale, which the likes of They Live by Night and I think Being There aren't on sale for whatever reason. But yeah, on the whole, I am a fan of Criterion. So it's like I said, not every film is one that I am necessarily interested in, and certainly not enough to go and try and buy it first hand out. But like I said, with the ones that I bought for this video specifically, like Book and the Preacher and The Naked Kiss, they were films that I already seen and enjoyed, so they were well worth getting on sale. So yeah, if you've seen any of these films that I've either recommended or bought recently, then I'd like to hear your thoughts on them. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.